In this video, I'll explain how group phases progress and how a manager can support the group in each phase. Hi, I'm Jan Laser. I'm involved in organizational and personnel management research, which includes the topic of this video. So, let's jump right in. During the life of a group, there are different phases of development, from formations through established group working to adjourning. I used Bruce Tuckman's 5-stage model, which is perhaps the most familiar outline of group evolution. To begin with, the group is in the so-called formation or orientation phase, the getting to know each other stage. There will be, of course, some uncertainty about working together. People notice similarities and differences and decide who they like and who they don't. What does this mean for the leader? In this phase, the group is still very much dependent on this person. Specific instructions from the leader are needed to ensure the getting to know each other experience is positive, especially in the first few moments. Observation, guidance, direction, and a regulated official framework are the order of the day. At the same time, a welcoming, pleasant, and relaxed atmosphere should be fostered. The group leader must also establish their function as a contact and person of trust from the outset, and maintain these functions throughout subsequent phases. Formation or orientation is followed by the storming phase, in which coalitions begin to take shape and hierarchies are formed. The leader is particularly responsible for de-escalating any conflicts that arise. Above all, group management should remain calm, mediate, and never take sides. The need here is for constructive mediators. Constructive mediators can encourage group members to seek dialogue, to not shy away from open conflicts, and to avoid the blame game. Everyone should be heard. Nobody should be left behind, and a suitable and mutually agreeable solution should be reached through constructive conversations. Highly visible members should not be allowed to take the upper hand. Quieter voices should be emphasized and supported. The third stage is called the norming phase. Group members develop the norms and standards of the group, which will regulate and determine group interactions. Individual roles are distributed and everyone understands who will be doing what. Norms and standards ensure a certain harmony within the group. The management style of the group leader can slowly change from directive to participatory. In addition, the role of referee remains important in reinforcing adherence to the agreed rules of the game. Next, a group enters the performing phase. The established norms and standards ensure smooth cooperation, meaning each individual can perform their separate role optimally, as with medical specialists in a multidisciplinary setting. The group experience leads to routines. Members focus on the group goals. If necessary, the group leader reassumes the role of mediator. He or she remains the contact person for problems and emerging conflicts, performs ongoing group development work, serves as the group's mouthpiece to the outside world, represents the group to upper management and has its back. Time, material, and financial resources are provided by the group leader to ensure that group members can continue their work unhindered. In the original model from 1965, there were only these 4 phases: forming, storming, norming, and performing. Later in 1977, Tuckman and Jensen extended the model with the 5th phase, calling it the adjourning phase. This phase may begin when the group's goal is met, or when the group's performance deteriorates and a reorganization becomes advisable. Or it can happen after a longer period, especially when it comes to groups whose innovative strength needs to be high. At some point, creative minds may lose sharpness and get lost in routine, making it difficult for the group to reach its goal. In this case, the group can be disbanded. This too should be carefully managed. To close out interpersonal relationships within the group, if only for emotional reasons, a fitting farewell and a joint celebration of the goals achieved can be organized. Where everyone is going next should also be considered. Clarity and timing of communication is important, so everyone involved can transition to their next roles with the minimum of fuss. This is where group management comes into play again, helping colleagues with future orientation and planning the ending of the group appropriately. Evaluations, feedback, and documentation can be used to round off this process. Extensive documentation may be retained to assist future groups. Okay, those are the phases. Ultimately, this sequence does not represent an unchangeable, inflexible process. Rather, phases can be run through in different sequences or even omitted. For example, through fluctuations in a group in the fourth phase may also move back to the formation phase. So that's it. I would love to hear your thoughts about this model. Do you think it is helpful for group management? Or do you favor another group development model? If you have something in mind, please share it with me in the comment box below. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.